Good morning. I'm Kiran Raj. Welcome to the online classes on problem solving using C. Today we'll go through the chapter decision making and branching. Introduction. Instructions of the program will be executed either in sequential manner or in branching or in the decision making. What do you mean by sequential? Continuous execution. That means first line will be executed, then the second line, then the third line, then the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, like that. So it is continuous execution of the program is the sequential execution. But whether it is possible in the real cases? Certainly not. Because we have to take the decision depending on the situation or depending on the circumstances. So branching or the decision making where controlling the execution of the statements based on certain condition or the decision. So here depending on the situation or depending on the conditions or the cases we have encountered, we are going to make the decision and we are going to execute that particular set or the group of statements which will be applicable. The general flow of the branching is shown here. So as soon as the program will start, the user will input the data and you are going to have certain condition. And when I'm having condition, either the condition will be satisfied or the condition will be not be satisfied. That is, if the condition is satisfied, then we are making it true. If the condition is not satisfied, then we are calling it as false. So if the condition is satisfied, then we are going to perform certain set of tasks, and if the condition is not satisfied, we are going to perform other set of the task here. So again, after they perform their own set of tasks, you will be showing or you will be displaying the result. Afterwards, you will be ending the program. Here, the true block or the statements that belongs to the true and the statements that belongs to the false may be completely different. Okay. So depending on the condition, the decision will be made, and if the condition is true, you are going to execute branch 1, and if it is false, you are going to execute branch 2. So this is one of the example holiday trip problem where if my money is more than 10,000, then I am going to take my holiday tour by using the flight, and if my received money is lesser than 10,000, then I am going to nearest place for the holiday tour by using the bus. So let us assume that I have received around 15,000 of rupees. Okay. Now when I received 15,000 rupees, I'll check the condition. Okay, whether received money is greater than or equal to 15,000. Yes, it is greater than 10,000. Yes, it is 15,000 is greater than 10,000, right? So what I am going to do, I will take the holiday tour to the faraway places by means of flight or something like that. Okay. Anyhow, I am going to enjoy the holiday, right? Okay. Afterwards, let us assume that I received 9,000, which is the lesser than 10,000, right? So if it is lesser than 10,000, then what I am going to do? I will go to the some countryside place or near the place which is near to me, so that I can travel by bus, so that expense will be reduced, right? So I'll be taking that. So if it is false, but now I have received 15,000, so that means this condition is true, right? received money is greater than 10,000. Yes, it is true. So what I'm going to do, I'll take the flight. Okay. Anyhow, in both the cases, I'm going to enjoy the holiday, right? Okay. So like this, you are going to make the decision depending on certain condition. Decision making. So decision making or the control statements. So we have 4 types of the decision making statements or the control statements. First one is if statement, switch statement, conditional operator statement, and the go to statement. In today's class, we will see about the if statement. If statement, a two-way decision making statement, and is used in the conjunction with the expression. So here, two-way decision making, that is either it is true or it is false. And you can have the expression also there. Okay. So your syntax is if, then the test condition. So what you are going to do here, let me say that I am going to have the expression here, then the expression will be executed first. So afterwards you are going to check whether the condition, whether it is false or true. If the condition is true, then you are going to execute the certain set of steps. If it is false, you are going to execute other certain steps. Okay. So while coming to here, always you are going to provided with the 2 paths will be provided. One is for the true and another one is for the false. Okay. So here the test condition is here. So you are getting entry, and if it is false, you are going to come this side. If it is true, you are going to come this side. So there are 4 forms of the if statement: simple if statement, if else statement, nested if else statement, and else if ladder, or we can also call it as if else if. Simple if statement. While coming to the simple if statement, you are going to have only the true block will be present here. That is, you are going to execute the certain set of steps only if the condition, that is test condition or the expression, is true. The general format is if test condition, then the statement block, then statement X. So if you see here, if the test condition is true, then only the statement block will get executed. Then statement X will get executed. But if the test condition is false, you don't have any false statement block here, so you are directly going to execute statement X. So while coming to the simple if statement, you are going to have only one statement block, and it will be executed only if the test condition is true. And statement X will be executed in both the cases, that is, even if the test condition is true or even if the test condition is false, the statement X will get executed. So if it is false, this one will not get executed. Directly you are going to execute the statement X. See here, entry, test condition. If it is true, the statement block will get executed. Then the statement X will get executed. Then you are going to the next statement. Now let me consider the test condition is false. See here, it is coming to test condition. It will check. If it is false, it will directly go to the statement X now. And then it is going to execute the next statement. So if it is false, you are not going to the statement block here. True statement block will be skipped. But in both the cases, whether it is true or in the false, you are going to execute the statement X. So this is one of the example where let me say that I am going to check the marks of the student, and if the marks of the student is more than 90, then I am going to give him certain bonus mark and I am making his grade as A plus. But if his marks is lesser than 90, then I am not giving any bonus mark or not any grade. Okay. So see here, if let me say that my marks is 92, then 92 is greater than 90, right? So what will happen? And let me say that my bonus marks is 5. So 92 plus 5, that is 97. Okay. Then grade is equal to A plus. So afterwards, this is true statement block, right? So this will get executed. Then the statement X. What is statement X? This is statement X. The marks achieved 97. But let me say that my marks is 60. Then what I'm going to do? If marks is greater than or equal to 90, no. 60 is lesser than 90, right? So what I'm going to do? I'll directly come to this one, statement X. So printf, the marks achieved 60. That will get printed. So this is where I'm going to have the single statement, and here I'm having the statement block here. What do you mean by statement block? Set of statements becomes the statement block. If I'm going to have the statement block, then please enclose that with the flower braces or the flower bracket. If I'm only having one line, then I need not do the I need not have the braces. Okay. This is if-else if structure. While coming to the if-else if structure, you are going to have two statement blocks. One is true statement block and another one is false statement block. So here, if the test condition is true, then true statement block will get executed. But if the test condition is false, then the else, that is false statement block, will get executed. So let me say that my test condition is true, then true statement block will get executed and then the statement X will get executed. But let me say that my test condition is false, then it will come to the else part and it is going to execute the false statement block. Then the statement X will get executed. So this is two-way conditional branching. So you have two sides. Either true block will get executed or the false block will get executed. So see here, test condition, if it is true, true statement block will get executed. If it is false, false statement block will get executed. But in both the cases, statement X will get executed. Then we will be moving on to the next statement. So if your marks is greater than or equal to 40, you are going to use the bonus mark and you are making him pass. But if his marks is lesser than 40, then what is the meaning of that? That means he has failed, right? So if he has failed, you are not going to give any bonus marks and you are mentioning his grade is failed here. Okay, and this is statement X here. So even if the condition is true or the false, it is going to get executed. But what about this one, true statement block and the false statement block? The true statement block will only get executed if the condition is true, and false statement block will only get executed if the condition is false. But this one will get executed both the times. So nested if-else statement. So using the if-else statement within another if-else condition, or the statement is called as nested if-else statement. So you are going to have one if-else condition inside the another if-else condition. So you are going to have the multiple conditions here, and one condition leads to the another condition. So it is also called as nested conditional branching. So if the condition 1 is true, then it will go to the condition 2. So in one condition you are going to have another condition. So if this is true, then the statement 1 will get executed. But if this is false, then the statement 2 will get executed. In the same manner, you can have the condition inside the false block also. So for example, here if the condition 1 is false, then I can have the condition 3. So I'll check the condition 3 now. If it is true, then I can go to the statement 3. And if it is false, then I can go to the statement 4. And it is not restricted that inside one condition you should have another condition only. I can have the multiple condition. For example, inside this condition 1, I have the condition 2. Inside this condition, I can have the another condition. Inside that, I can have the another one. So it is no problem. And while coming to here, I can have the another situation where I'm going to have only one condition here. And if it is true, another condition. While coming to if it is false, I can directly have the statement block also. Okay. So it depends what kind of problem you are going to solve. So this is nested if statement, as I already mentioned in the previous case, right? So I'm having only one main condition. Inside that I'm going to have the another condition. But see here in the else case, if the condition is false, I'm directly having the statement block here. Okay. So inside one condition I can have the another condition. It need not be necessary that in the else part I should not have the any condition. I can have the condition here. For example, I can have if and else condition inside the else part also. And inside the if part I can have the another condition, and inside here also I can have the another condition. So this is why it is called as nested. Nested means group together, right? So one if is inside the another if. This is one of the example where if the student is female, then I will be providing free entry. Age of the female student is lesser than 10, I am also providing the free food. But if the student is male student, then I am not providing him any service. Okay, so that is a thing here, because in certain competitive examination, if the student is female, they need not pay any fees. While coming to the male student, they have to pay the fees. That situation is taken here. For example, if the gender is female, then only it will come here. If the gender is male, then he will come here. For example, he have to pay the fees and those things. But if the student is female, then she will give on the free entry, and if she is lesser than 10 years, then she will also provided with the free food. Okay. If else if ladder. So while coming to here, you are going to have the multiple condition. So you are going to have the chain of condition. So when any condition is false, then you are going to have the another condition. Okay. So this is called as multi-way decision making. So see here, if this condition is true, condition 1 is true, then you are going to execute statement 1. But if it is false, so then you are going to execute statement 2. Sorry, condition 2. Now, if it is true, then you are going to execute statement 2. But if it is false, then you are going to execute condition 3. So here, what is happening here is, first you are going to have the check the condition 1. If it is false, then you are going to check the condition 2. If it is false, then you are going to check the condition 3. Like that, it will goes on. But if the condition is true, then you are going to execute the respective statement block. So this is if else if ladder. So here, if the condition 1 is true, then you are going to execute the statement 1. If it is false, then you are going to execute a test condition 2. If it is also false, then you are going to check the condition 3. If it is also false, then the test condition 4. If it is also false, then you are going to go for the test condition n. But if it is also false, then you are going for the default statement. You are going to execute the default statement. Okay. But if it is, let me say that condition 1 is true, then you are going to execute the statement 1 and then you are directly going out to the next statement. You are going to execute the next statement. Now let me say that condition 2 is true, then that means condition 1 is false, right? Okay. If the condition 1 is false, then you are going to check the test condition 2. Now let me say that this is test condition 2 is true. Then what you are going to do? Then you are going to execute the statement 2. After the execution of the statement 2, you will not check the other condition and you will be just directly moving to the next statement. So this is one of the example. If your marks is in the 50 or in between 50 to 60, then you are making grade as D. Okay. If it is true, then you are going to execute this one. Okay, you are going to execute this one. Your grade is D, then you will be directly coming out. Maybe my next statement is return 0 or something, so I'll be directly coming out. Now let me say that my marks is 72. That time what I will do? That time I'll first check this condition. This is false, then the next condition. Again this is false. I mentioned my marks is 72, right? Now I will check this condition. It is true, okay? It is true. So what I'm going to do? I'll make your grade is, that is my grade is B, right? 72 is in between 70 to 80, right? So my grade is B, okay? Then I'll not further check the other condition. I'll directly go to the return 0 or something like that. Okay. Thank you.